Now, the Subway Final Word.
Well, in some ways, it feels like it was an eternity ago. The Pirates beating the Reds in the wild card game at PNC Park. The new season isn't even a month old yet, but we're already seeing the Pirates dig themselves a big hole. Pirates are struggling 6 games under 500 now and holding off the Cubs for last place. They're in 4th place, but holding off the Cubs. Topic 5. We know it's early, but some people are asking this question. Was last season a fluke for the Pirates? Travis Sawchik, you're up first on this topic. Take it away.
Look, we touched on some of the regression issues earlier in the show. You know, we didn't expect the bullpen to be as good. We didn't expect Liriano to be as good. We knew the offense would probably have some consistency issues. And we didn't expect them to win 94 games, or few people did. A fluke, if you thought they were going to win 94 games again, yeah, they probably were a fluke last year. But this is still an organization that has the #1 rated farm system in the game, a lot of under 25 talent. They're in good shape over the next, through the end of the decade. But were they going to dip this year? Were they in for some regression? Sure.
All right, Chris?
The Baltimore Orioles the year before, they were a fluke. You could tell by the run differential. The run differential wasn't anywhere that supported the record they put up that year when they were contending for the AL East title. The Pirates last year, now, you can't really call them a fluke because of the 4-month periods, each of the 2 previous seasons, they were in the race and they were in a playoff spot all the way up there. I know they collapsed each of those 2 years in the last 2, but you can't say then if you played, what did that be, 14 months out of 18 of solid baseball over a 3-year span, that the final 6 months happened to be a fluke.
Well, Alan?
No, it's not a fluke because it would have been a fluke if you expected them to do the exact same thing with the same roster they had last year. I went back and ran the numbers real quick. They fit more home runs than they had at this point last year. The batting average is just only slightly lower. On-base percentage is about the same. The ERA is about the same. But guess what? They're not clutch hitting. Every single position player who was on this team a year ago has a much lower RISP than they did at this time last year. It's just a case, again, we were talking about before. They didn't make many changes in the offseason, and when you don't make many changes, this is what you expect.
All right. Alan Robinson, Chris Adamski, and Travis Sawchik from Trib Total Media. Thank you one and all for joining us tonight. And a final word on the Subway Final Word about the Penguins. They're 1 win away from advancing to the 2nd round, but still not out of the woods. Pens would like nothing more than to end this in 6 and avoid having to play a Game 7. That's because they know all too well that strange things can happen in Game 7. Pens are 7-6 all time in Game 7s, but they've lost the last 2, both at home, by the way. If it's true that the 4th win in a series is the toughest to get, then the Pens better be prepared for a challenge in front of the other team's home crowd. And one way to avoid crazy stuff in Game 7, win Game 6 and get it over with. And that's the final word on the Subway Final Word. I'm Albie Oxenrider for Alan and Travis and Chris. Good night.